Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the shop once again. Now today I'm working on two F-150s, both with the 5.4 3-valve engine in them, and both of them right around the same mileage, 165,000 and 168,000. Now on the inside of the engine though, the difference is like night and day. This one took care of the engine oil, changed it every 3,000 to 5,000 miles depending on the oil they're using, whereas this one, not so much. So this one got towed in, they're being reactive, the timing jumped, the phaser came apart, all that good stuff, whereas this one is being proactive, and we're changing the timing set to be proactive and get another 160,000, 180,000 miles out of the truck, trouble-free with all the latest and greatest parts, and of course, the new high-volume Melling oil pump on there. Now, since we're talking about oil, before we get over to the engines, I want to make it clear in this video, because it is going to be titled something about oil cleanliness. The 5.4 3-valve is very, very picky, probably the most picky engine in all the Ford lineup to oil cleanliness, and you changing the oil out like that all the time. And also, I'm telling you right now, I'm making the official statement, I recommend a 5W30 in these engines as soon as possible. So your very next oil change, you want to change to 530. Don't use the 520. That was there to satisfy the CAFE standards, and it's there for fuel economy and CAFE, whereas you want to use a 530 for engine longevity, especially for that locking pin in the phaser that so many of you are experiencing that knocking noise from. So let's go over the engines. You're not going to believe the difference between these two, but we're going to show you in real time, and it's like a night and day difference, I'm telling you. It's very, very important to change your oil on any vehicle, but especially the 5.4 3-valve. Let's get to it. Okay, so here's the first engine right here where the guy actually took care of the engine oil and maintained it. You can see everything looks pretty good. Even the front cover here, a little bit of varnish on there, normal for 168,000 miles. There's no actual buildup on there, and all the tiny components are intact and good to go. So on this side of the engine, I'll give you a good view of it. Look at the varnish, there's barely anything on there. Look at those cam lobes and all the rockers, all that good stuff. It's like brand freaking new. Look at this side right here. That's what I'm used to seeing when I used to work on these engines under warranty at the dealer. This is how it looked underneath there. Like new. Okay? That's 168,000 miles. Can you believe it or not? Now over here is the front cover, and you can see it's nice and clean on the non-PCV side, and a little bit on this side. Perfectly normal. And the same thing with the valve cover, non-PCV. And that's the PCV side. It's very light buildup on there, and that's from maintaining the oil. Now over here, by contrast, I know it's a little bit darker over here. I'll try to get you, where's the light at? Try to get you some good light. Now of course this one's more torn apart, but you can see, yeah, everything's kind of caked up. Take a look at the front end here. Yeah. Remember, this is the same mileage as that other truck. Let's look over here. Same thing. Yeah, that's how bad it can get. And here's the cover. You can see it's caked up on there. And you can see the buildup on there, in the valve cover. So it's pretty crazy to see a difference between these two trucks right next to each other in each of the stalls. Now the other thing I want to talk about real quick is I get a lot of people making comments about Ford using the plastic guides in their timing sets and how stupid it is. But it's not that stupid, because they engineer the plastic in here to be ultra strong as long as your tensioners don't blow out and start beating against it. Anything is going to fail, metal backed or not, if these tensioners blow out and that big heavy chain is slapping around. Okay, so look at these. This one had 180,000 on it. Look at the wear groove in there. Barely anything on the plastic. Okay, let's look at this one right here with the light. Look at this one. Yeah, so they can handle it, no sweat, 150, 180,000 miles, 200,000 miles, if you take care of the engine. And even these tensioners, everybody asks me why I use the original Ford tensioners, the plastic ones. Well, this is from a newer truck that has the improved gasket on there. So look at that. The gasket lasted on there, no startup rattle at all. Again, 185,000 miles on there, no sweat. The new parts do work, they do hold up. Just goes to show right there, okay? So it is possible, and this is the reason why they use plastic, because what are you gonna ride a heavy steel chain against? Aluminum, steel, it'd be noisy as can be. So they gotta use plastic, metal backed or not, okay? It's fine, it's totally fine as long as you maintain your engine. Pretty wild, right? I mean, it's a night and day difference, and I'm hoping I can bring this one back for this guy and get it all fixed up, because the phaser did kind of come apart in there, and that's why there was a timing issue on this one bank, and the rest of it should be good to go as long as I renew everything in there. Anyways, as you can imagine, it's really busy here, packed. All these vehicles are waiting on me, so I'm gonna get back to it. But I figured I'd show you guys that to really illustrate real world situation here, what it means to change your oil and take care of your truck. It can really return that investment over and over again for many trouble-free miles. I'll see you guys next time.